7th, 2020, and you're watching Vonda and Jason live. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also on YouTube, click the bell for future notifications. So let's get started.
Hey, Jason, I miss you.
I miss you more. It's been a long time since we recorded.
Yes, and a lot has gone on, and we're going to try to hit it and quit it and get it on so that our viewers, at least who may know about it and may not know about it, let's talk about it. Right. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. The protesters in Michigan have lawmakers questioning the policy. Baby, when they coming in there with that right to carry and them big old guns, okay, it ain't no joke. Because all you had to do was have one person have some type of feel that he was having some issue psychologically or mentally, and go in on them people.
But here's the thing. I mean, a lot of people talk about gun reform and all of that, and they trying to thinking about changing the policy for this. Now, like we said before, imagine if every black person in the U.S. got a rifle or a semi-automatic gun. I bet you the U.S. government would change the law quickly.
Baby, excuse me, if every black person got an education, they'd change the law. Okay?
That's true.
Okay. Okay. And that's serious. The thing about it is I agree with that. Had those been Black Panthers up there, okay, can you imagine they would have charged them federally, okay? They would have said probably the state has a right, but we don't believe in no open carry and we're going to charge you. That was just, listen, and I'm going to say this to you. Michigan State Police did a wonderful job. They were in their face. That was scary. That's proper training. But you know what? You can't always depend on law enforcement to do the right thing in situations like that. Because what if somebody just lost it and said, that he started hearing voices that told him to kill the enemy? What are we going to do?
Right. And it's too late. It's too late at that point.
Because let me tell you something. A bullet doesn't have eyeballs.
Right.
It don't know where it's going. Okay. All right. And one thing about a bullet, once it leaves that gun, you can't pull it back. Mm-hmm. So that definitely is something serious.
So one of the representatives was escorted by armed guards when she walked into the Capitol building. I kind of read a story saw a photo about it, and I didn't read the story, but I just saw the photo, and I just interesting. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I remember one time, you know me, I was talking some stuff. So I'm going to be hey, John, I'm going to be the people's judge. I hop on the elevator. It was about 30 people in the elevator. Hey, Judge, that guy said it was a defendant. I mean, he was in there with this girl. He said, what you say? My eyeballs. Everybody moved from away from me, okay?
Right.
It was the longest ride on that elevator from, I think I was at 5 at that point, down to 1. And I promised myself, I said this, if you get out alive without getting the taste smacked out your mouth,
right,
you better move with a deputy. And after that, I kept a deputy with me because you just don't know what a person's mind is saying to them. They might say, do X, Y, Z, slap the taste out of them or something, okay? Right. But I knew then because of, the way that, I handled myself and, maybe talking smart to people, whatever, that they didn't appreciate. I had to move with a deputy. So I understand this lawmaker completely wanting to move like that. You don't want to say that you're afraid of the public, but the reality is when you got all of them militia men up there with guns, you better be afraid. And
Okay,
then I heard that they were getting calls and things to their home, etc.
that's crazy. Now that's crazy.
Okay. I had to call, listen, I had to defend it. Okay. Gonna call me on a 3-way. Hey, I said, look, I had to cuss them. I said, let me tell you something. Don't you ever call my damn phone no more. And I can say that to you because I ain't on no damn bench no more. Now what? Okay, now you better stop that. We're gonna get that right in the bud, okay?
Right.
I ain't playing no games. I would listen, okay? Don't listen. All right, I'm playing them games.
You still getting those crazy calls.
Okay. It's on this law. I said, yeah. Well, this is XYZ. I said, hold up a minute. You ain't supposed to be calling me, period. Okay. I had to check him. But you don't know what people's minds be telling them to do. All right.
This is true.
So okay, what about death is our greeter? Doctors and nurses struggle with mental health as coronavirus cases grow. That is something. A nurse that committed suicide.
Yeah.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, is something that you see many military people with. You have bouts of fear, aggression, loneliness, desperation, anger, and you can't control it. And it's brought on by traumatic events. And people can say, well, they paid to do that. And if they can't handle it, it doesn't negate the fact that you see people suffering.
Right.
You see people dying.
Right.
You know that this is part of your job, but you're seeing it multiplied by 10, by 100. And then it's too much psychologically for people, I think, to handle.
People are dying alone without their family, even being there.
The look of desperation. Please help me. Can you do something for me? You understand what I'm saying? Bodies being, it's too much. Yeah. And let me say what I believe. You know, I understand and I compliment the governor of Michigan for saying that we should have free tuition. We need to have mandatory counseling. Right. Mandatory. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're going to see, unfortunately, more of this. And here are people who have access to drugs. So now drug usage, you know what I'm saying? I need a little Xanax, I need a little whatever. Now, you understand what I'm saying? Now the other patients or people can be potentially at risk. They should have it. That should be a condition of their job. If you treated somebody during the coronavirus, we're going to pay for mental health treatment, and you got to do a minimum of 90 hours. Because I think that what they'll find is very helpful. But it's like a silent scream. You know, what about when we saw before all of those bodies?
Right. Silent Grace, yeah. They didn't even have room for the body bags. Sometimes there were
right, the room that was a break room where they would sleep.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you go in there and you see all of these bodies in there.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So speaking of our governor, she sent what is the lady on Saturday Night Live? Some beer package after the betrayal. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I saw the clip. She kind of sounded like her a little bit, but she had a raggedy wig on now.
Okay. And let me tell you something. Governor Gretchen, stay tight. Yes, my crisis is bringing nonstop. I have to take off a week in addition to having a family member pass away. Thank you so much. And that's what I'm saying. You know, and here's the situation. You get a fever. You get pain. You go to the doctor. Mental illness or mental, when you have those challenges, they're broken arms on the inside of your body. So you stop, I don't need it. You got to fight to go get it.
Right.
And if anything, our healthcare professionals need to realize it's not that you're weak to get help. It shows strength. Okay. All right. I mean, because you need it. When your mind is not in sync for whatever reason, you got to get some help. And to me, it's not valiant or courageous to suffer in silence. That's a
Right.
coward.
Right.
And for those people out there that saying, well, you don't look, forget going getting them hair and nails done. Go get you some counseling, baby. Sit on you need some counseling. You need somebody that specializes in that PTSD. They need to bring that counseling to the hospital. You need to seek that out so that you can unload properly. Because even though you call into the crisis hotline, that's like you taking you got a toothache and you take one penicillin. What one penicillin gonna do? Nothing. You gotta repeat it in order for it to work. And I listen, if anything, thank you for the viewer who said that, it's a lot going on. And and I can imagine you go to a job to earn money and you want to help people. And you don't know if you're risking your life and hurting your family. That's
Yeah.
one thing for me to go to do my job and deal with what I'm doing. But then to know, will I make it the next day? I've got death all around me. Will I get through it? That's gotta be a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely has to be hard. And
And
then
that's why I'm
um,
saying that they need to support them with mental health treatment.
right.
Okay, now what about now I'm just gonna say this to you. I love nice things. I love them. And I work hard and I get them. What's my favorite store? Tell them.
Dollar General. The Dollar
And
General and the Family Dollar. Mm.
Family Dollar ain't everything in no dollar. But
No, it's
you
not.
feel
No, it's
good
not.
going in there, okay? And I'm tired of these people messing with my family dollars. I love that store. I love it. I love it. Now, one time they was robbing them family dollars, okay? That made me sad. But this, lead into that story, Jason, please.
So there was a situation where um a Family Dollar security guard was confronted. This is the security guard that was working that night. Um a patron comes in, a mother comes in with her daughter, and her daughter doesn't have a mask on. So he confronts her and says, you can't come in she can't come in the store without a mask. Um there's a little altercation at that point, but then she ends up leaving. So she ends up leaving and coming back with her husband and her son. And the son ends up shooting the security guard and to his murdering to his death. But that's crazy. But I felt like I kind of talked about how stores are enforcing the mask, you wearing the mask, which is a matter of executive order that you must wear a mask in stores or public places or enclosed places. But I knew a situation like this was going to start to occur.
To allegedly kill somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing about it was really super tragic. Not only was he a dad to 6 children, he was a stepfather to 3, I believe, and he was a dad to approximately 9 children.
Right.
Now 9 of these young children will not have they won't have their dad.
Right.
I'm not the stepdad, I'm the dad that stepped up.
Exactly.
And all he said allegedly to these individuals was, you can't come in here. I'm enforcing the governor's ban on not having. And I don't know if it's true, and it is alleged. Okay, but let me say this to you. I know firsthand, wonderful. Flint raised over $150,000 for his family. Okay. And LK, let me know what that link is so Jason and I can post it on our page so that we can be able to get somebody to want to donate to. But let me say this to you. These trifling ass mamas, and okay, it just ain't nowhere to put it, okay? When I was a judge, get their kids in so much mess. You go and you put a burden on a child. And they feel they have to protect their mother. Okay, that's not your job, baby. You know what I'm saying? And time again, I cannot tell you over the course of being a prosecutor and a judge, I see these trifling ass mamas go and enlist their children to commit a crime. Then wait a minute. Then they want to back down off of it. Okay.
Right.
Then they throw their kids under the bus and let their kids do 25 to life. Okay. Now you know that the father and the son is on the loose. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much about nobody. Okay. All right. Okay, but anyway, my point of the matter is this: if this is true, this is outrageous.
Absolutely.
You can go get your husband and your son.
I mean, she could have easily just gotten a shirt and put over the daughter's mouth and just went in the store. But you need some type of covering over your mouth. You could have done anything, a scarf, anything.
Well, pride go before destruction and a haughty spirit before the fall. Because let me tell you something. They ain't playing no games up there. No. You understand what I'm saying? Let me say this to you. There ain't going to be no offering no second-degree murder. It's going to be first degree. It's going to be no reduced plea. That means we'll rise or fall on that child.
No.
Natural life mean that you die and you don't come out of there unless until your spirit come out of there or you get a power. That's what natural life is. Okay, so that ain't no 20 years or 30 years. That's natural. That's as long as you're doing this, breathing. That's how long you're gonna be in there. Okay, and that ain't nothing to be joking with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That was horrible.
Right. So tell me, I mean, because I don't think a lot of people understand that if in a situation like that, can't she be charged even though she didn't pull the trigger or her husband didn't pull the trigger? They can be charged with the murder just as, you know.
It's called aiding and abetting. And what aiding and abetting says that if you give any person encouragement or incitement to commit a crime, and you know that they have an intent to do that. Well, you can glean that from him having a gun. And she were to come in and say, that's that said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's armed with a gun. Okay, because that's what she gonna say. I didn't know he had a gun. See, she gonna flip on the son. Okay. But if she knew that he had a gun, and this is what the prosecutors will argue. They're going to argue she went home, told him what happened. He armed himself with a weapon. No, we don't have capital murder here. Armed himself with a weapon, went back to that location. And the fact that he was armed with the weapon, whether or not he intended to kill him or not, they can infer that she was a participant because of her aiding, her encouragement. That's him. Go get him, her participation.
Right.
And that is enough under Michigan law, if believed. Now, what she's going to argue, she was merely present. Well, I didn't know he had no gun, and I didn't know
you went back. You left the store and brought them back to the store. So there's no possible way that could be a defense.
No, the argument would be, well, when they came back, I didn't know they had a weapon.
Mm.
Okay, that's the argument. And it's not necessary that she has to flip on anybody. The state has a responsibility to prove that she knew his intent. Mm-hmm. That she could merely say she wanted him to come back up there, maybe to slap him. Okay, or to punk him out. That she didn't know that he was armed with a weapon. So I think that with that, and a lot of people, this way before your time, there was a situation like this in Inkster where a woman was held up on Miss Easterly with two of her sons. She had enlisted them. I forgot what happened. But anyway, she ended up dying in prison at the age of 93. This is just, it's tragic all the way around. It's tragic
Right.
that this young man and his dad are accused, and it's tragic, that this mom family is messed up over pride, over nothing. And the thing about it is that we have to learn to walk away.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you something. Ain't no argument worth me going to prison.
For my life.
Nan one. They ain't got the words and no dictionary that's gonna make me want to kill somebody. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So anyway, so what else we got? Don't tell them that, Vonda. They might have a good lawyer like you and won't know what to argue. Girl, come on, okay, honey, say something. Listen, that's gonna be a. I don't even know if they could get a fair jury. You know what I'm saying? Because of the coverage and just the not the salaciousness of it, but just the overall the tragedy of it. You know what I mean? If I were the lawyer, I definitely would ask for a change of venue because I just don't know if the citizens can really be fair in this. And this is a situation. Let me just say this to you. As a former judge and now a lawyer, I believe in a presumption of innocence. Okay. That's why I say alleged, because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I'll say, if it doesn't work for somebody that is accused of serious crime, it's not going to work for nobody. It's like being a surgeon. You almost have to have blinders on. You're listening, you got to administer justice fairly. It ain't time out for, well, wake you up when you want a verdict. Because guess what? Then it's not, if it doesn't work for him or them, it don't work for anybody. So I'm not trying to convict them. I don't know what'll happen. I'm just alleging that, saying what the different positions would be prospectively from the defense and the prosecution. But in any event, the mama had no business bringing them back up there. I don't care if she might not have knew they was gonna kill nobody. But guess what? When you bring somebody else up there in a volatile situation, something is gonna happen. Exactly. Even if he cussed them out, slapped him, and he was alive, it's not necessary. Be a parent. Don't be a friend. But that's the topic for another day.
Right. Resolutions.
3 hospital workers gave away their mask, and weeks later they was all dead. Let me say this to you. Listen, y'all. It's all right to help a drowning man, but don't drown to help a man.
That's right.
Huh? If you can't help, if you don't protect you, you can't help your family.
You can't help nobody.
And that's nice and dandy. You know what I'm saying? God gonna protect you, but let me tell you something. God gave you that mask. You better be wearing that mask, honey. Let me just say this to you. Because if you don't help you, ain't nobody gonna help those that you love. And when you leave up out of here, I bet you this, not one of them people that they gave no mask to gonna say, well, you know what? Damn, he gave me this mask. I'm gonna step up and take care of his family. They're gonna be like, look, oh, that was sad. That guy gave me a mask. I'm okay. Too bad for him. Let me go fund me and give him $100. And now you laying up dead. Look, okay, let me just say this to you. I listen. When I tell you this, when I'm out walking, when I see somebody, I will go in the middle of the damn street. And they looking at me, and I listen. I'm trying to stay alive, okay? I'm not. It don't matter if you black, you white, you rich, you poor. I don't want what you got. What you got might kill me because I'm old. So when I see them, listen, and they looking like, I don't play that. And this is absolutely horrible, but at some point, you can't continue to give and give, because it's not going to be appreciated.
Right.
Now, they were martyrs for what? For what? Nothing. For somebody else to be saving their life. Somebody might have been younger. And then, you know, the thing about it.
Did they survive? You know, you never know.
Right. But then here's the thing. And these are people like the cleaning people. I think that he was a janitor. What, you know what I'm saying? And you seeing people suffering and you doing something like that. Now, let's like now there was a woman, I believe, in Rome. It was in Rome. And he was on a ventilator. It was a priest. He got off the ventilator and said, give it to another younger man. That was a conscious decision.
Right.
Okay, because he knew he was about to, you know, get on out of here. Okay. But I don't think them people that gave up the mask thought they was gonna be leaving up out of here. They
I
think,
didn't think they would either.
I'm okay. Let me tell you something. Like I said, you know, I'm gonna say this to you. I even had to order me some masks for my office because let me tell you something. You're not coming up in that office. Listen, you got to put a little mask on, or you know what I'm saying, because we not rolling like that. Do you get?
You must.
With gloves, okay? With
Right.
gloves, okay? You not. If I insult you, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna try to make you feel good and endanger my life. And you might be asymptomatic, and you give it to me. I'm old. I'm 55 years old. Then I'm leaving up out of here. You understand what I'm saying? No. Listen, this ain't no Titanic shit. Okay. Oh, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Lord, that's my NutriBurst. It's getting me going, baby. Listen, listen. I got to give a little deviation. So you know, I got the little NutriBurst I'm selling, and the tea, baby. Let me tell you something. Listen, I feel like a new woman. Okay, look. Hey, listen. I got a little way to go after my surgery. Well, baby, I couldn't even get in this shirt. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm looking good up here. Okay, I got work there. Okay, got work there. Look there.
It's coming down.
Come in, little boo. Okay, I'm coming. Look, only 2 weeks, baby. I'm about to be snatched up out here in them streets. Okay, I'm about to be snatched up out here in these streets. Okay, you better ask somebody. I'm gonna be snatched up out here in these streets with my Yes, it does, Carmen. It gives me so much energy. I love it. Not like I need no more energy because I be up on the look at Terrell. You too. You not old, Johanna, but you very sexy. Look, Terrell. You not getting none of my retirement shit. Okay. I see what was that movie that they had on there with your boy and I always come say your boy. What's the one?
Everybody's not my boy. Who?
And he got the studio, Medea.
Oh, Tyler Perry.
And that show where that young man was putting it down on that old woman. Okay, and he was running her crazy. Let me tell you something, honey. I am been delivered. Okay, I have been delivered, and nobody will run that Wayne County check. Okay, but my kids. Okay, so Terrell, you fine. You got it going on. But I'm gonna pass on you, honey. I ain't nobody gonna have me out here all strung out. I'm listen. Let me tell you something. This Jesus is property, okay? Listen, okay? I want none of that. I want none of that, okay?
You got a lot of money.
Baby, okay, let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. Let's be 100. A young man with a lot of money don't want no old woman. Listen, if you do something wrong with you, okay? I'm with these men now, okay? Like, what the hell I want a young old woman that talk all the damn time, got a look, she's snatched though. She working on it. But okay, they don't want that, and I ain't mad at them. Okay, because I don't want no old ass man laying up around me, want no oxygen and stuff. I don't want that.
Oh
Shoot.
my
I
God.
don't know all that man laying up around me. He gotta go. I'm getting a little money now. Listen, anything that's older than me, I don't want to be bothered with you. You just go ahead and find something, and you can say, I want to be bothered with you. Good, we even. Because let me tell you something. If you're over 55, I don't want to be bothered with you. I want
Uh-oh.
me something inside, okay?
I guess Denise Wynn, that answers your question.
Wait a minute, it says my uncle is in love with you. He's 62, girl. He's too old. So I'm not. Hey, neutral first, okay? It's bursting some neutral, okay? It's bursting, baby. And I'm ready to go. So tell your uncle, I can't help him. I just can't help him. I don't listen. If the only thing I want old is some money, okay, that's all I want now. I don't want to be bothering no old ass man talking about some he needs some oxygen or all of that. I ain't got time for that shit. Girl, let me stop for you get.
Right, where you going? So, what did the doctor say about wearing masks when exercising outside? In the Wall Street Journal, they reported a story, but
Saying that if you're not around someone, okay, and you're within 20 feet away and you're working out and you're walking, it's okay not to have a mask because your heart and your lungs are working and your safety distance. But here's the thing. We do not know how the corona is
is
hurt.
working. Right,
We do know it's airborne.
right.
We do not know how far it can travel alive.
That's my thing.
Allegedly, the virus can stay on things like shoes for up to 3 days. Now, if it can stay on some shoes or some rails or something like that, it can be flying in the air. Okay. So first,
Especially small particles.
but let me ask you this. I would say 90% of the runners I see are not masked.
Yeah, most runners I see, like when I'm riding my bike, the runners I see don't wear a mask.
They don't.
Well, there's some. Most black people do. I've seen more black people wear masks running than I see white people. White people don't. I've seen white people run without the mask.
Yeah.
So that kind of scares me because like even when I'm riding my bike, sometimes I don't have it on. Like when I'm riding, because sometimes I get to a point where it's elevation, but I take it off. But if I'm passing someone, I try to put it on just in case some particles fall out of my mouth or come out of my nose. I don't want it to just fly in the air back against someone who's.
But what they suggest that just wear it around the neck and that you need to do like an N95, something that's lightweight, that is designed, that's lighter than say something like a cotton. They say that that's better if you're going to have it. And then if you get around people, you can put it on. Let me just say this to you. Okay. For me, when I see people, I'm with you, Charlene Wilson. I wear my mask every day. Okay. I'm sorry. I put that mask on and I'm offended when I see people that don't have a mask on. It's like I get angry, like, what?
I do too. I feel like you don't. When I see people without masks, it says to me that you're selfish and you don't care about nobody else but yourself. That's what it says to me.
But I think unfortunately, there are a lot of people, younger people, and people feel like, you know what? I'm healthy. I'm not at risk, and I don't have nothing. Okay, and I'm gonna live my life, and I'm not gonna be worrying about that. Heard today, Rona in the White House. If Rona can get in the White House, you sure can get into your house.
Yeah. So one of his President Trump's valet detail caught.
No, one of his ex-valet.
Oh,
Ex-valet.
Ex-valet.
Baby.
How long was he ex-valet?
You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming back to that job.
Right.
Now the law, baby, the law is if you get the coronavirus, that they can't fire you. I say to you,
right.
He won't be back up in that White House.
Oh, of course not.
What you think?
Oh no,
nothing. Honey, listen. He probably done had everything disinfect. He probably listen. Okay, with his bleach. Okay, he ain't. What? So what about Georgia? They have now over 1,000 new coronavirus cases on the same day that the governor lifted the stay-at-home order for most residents.
Well, I mean, it was evident that it was going to happen like this, you know, but that's what he wanted to do.
At this point, I believe that people are willing to say, if they die, they die. But the desire to go back to normalcy
Mm-hmm.
is overshadowing us. And I just think that people just figure like, you know what? So what? If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Well, that's evident. You can see that even playing out in Michigan more than anywhere in the country. As you can see, the state Republicans are suing the governor um, for overreaching, her duties.
Let me tell you something. Gretchen knows what she's doing. Okay, listen. Okay. What about when when Terrence Bird tried to?
Did we lose you? I think we lost her. I think we lost her. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm attorney Vonda Evans of Vonda's Law. Over 20 years ago, my career started right here as a former prosecutor and a judge. And as a practicing attorney, I'm still here fighting for your rights. If you or your loved one has been charged with a federal or state crime, let my team of affiliated experienced attorneys fight for you. As a former judge and prosecutor, I know what it takes to win a case. Don't gamble with your freedom. Call Vonda's Law today. Accidents happen when you least expect it. What counts is who's going to be there fighting for you if you or your loved one has been seriously injured in a traffic-related accident. Call me, Vonda Evans, today. As a former judge of over 20 years, I know firsthand what it takes to win. Let my team of affiliated, experienced lawyers who have recovered millions of dollars for injuries just like you've encountered get the money you deserve. Call me, Vonda Evans, today.
We're back. Comcast. Can you hear me? I can hear Jason.
My mic was muted.
Oh, okay. No. Listen.
That's all right. I played a few commercials.
Baby. Okay. Between me having Comcast and Sprint. Okay. That's like having AIDS or cancer. Which one is worse? Both of them. Okay. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm telling you. This don't make no sense. I'm in the middle of talking something good and it go out. Okay.
Right. So I like what Lisa is saying. There are churches that got on the bandwagon to sue Governor Whitmer as well. One being Word of Faith, and there's a church in Grand Rapids. I forgot the name of that church. But
they're not exempt from worship. You're saying the economy, period.
But I don't know what they have written in their complaint. But they're trying to sue the governor for overstepping what her duties were.
Now you're saying, but not in the form of worship, because worship they're exempted from that.
Well, I don't know. I didn't read the complaint, so.
Okay.
But the actual one of the pastor in Grand Rapids is actually the father of Lee Chesterfield. That's the representative.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me just say this to you. I can appreciate people wanting to worship. I'm with it. But look how many people have died as a result of COVID in the
Exactly.
Church of God in Christ.
Right.
All over. But especially, it's like, okay, these were leaders that, but it was God's will. Because, when it's time to go, you got to go. But
Right.
here's the situation. I understand that. It's like the church in Louisiana that just will not stop having church. Some
Right.
point in time, at some point in time, you don't be so, as Bishop David Ellis used to say, don't be so heavenly bound that you ain't no earthly good.
Good.
Say that. I ain't running for nothing. I'm speaking the truth.
Someone wants to know about the products that you were talking about when we first opened up.
Oh, okay. My tea, the Lasso tea, that suppresses my my appetite. And this gives me all my vitamins and everything. Okay, but let me tell you what it does. Before, Jason, my stomach was getting so big. Okay, I knew it wasn't nothing but God, baby. Okay, if it was a baby, I knew it won't be no baby. I'm just saying. Honey, it would be coming out here like, okay, listen, I'd be on every talk show going. But anyway, what now? I'm back to my old self, and I don't really have a desire to eat all the time. I have a lot of energy, which makes me feel good, which is dangerous for me going to court. That's why I'm trying to go. Excuse me? Okay, I'm good. Let's keep going. Okay, now what about the woman?
That's a link to your products right there.
Oh, look at that, my link tree. Let me say this to you. I take my hat off to people who do network marketing. It is rewarding, it is challenging. But I must have worked 6 hours yesterday, clicked the wrong link and got zero, and paid for and lost money paying for shipping and stuff. Did look hard for me. Okay, listen. Okay, so I commend my sisters and my brothers that's out there doing that. Because let me tell you something. That's some baby. Listen. Okay. Okay. Listen. All right. Okay. So I'm using it. Yeah, I'm using it. It's making me feel good. I'm about to get snatched, like I said. Okay. Listen. All right, because my stomach was so big and it was full of it. And now it's coming down, but it's gonna come down some more when I get that surgery.
Come down.
Baby, when I get that surgery, I'm gonna be snatched. Snatched for Jesus. Okay. So anyway, what about the woman that spat on the police officer after she refused to wear her mask at the grocery store?
So that was privilege, white privilege, and she just felt like she could just do what she want to do. Yeah. Next.
Listen, if there had been somebody black charged with assault with intent,
absolutely,
great bodily harm, less than a crime of murder, and or assault with intent to murder, it would do somebody like that. And did nothing happen to her? Did it?
No. I don't think she was even charged.
Okay. Becky, don't do that again. That really wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's just ridiculous. So now what do we, and then in Holly, a police officer arrested a man accused of wiping his nose on a crowd.
This it's just getting out of hand. Like, I don't understand how people just can't follow the order. Like, what's wrong with just wearing a mask when you're going to a grocery store, going to any store or any enclosed place? Just wear a mask. What's the problem?
It's not that intrusive. And what we see, look at Michigan, look at Detroit. Okay, Carmen said, you spit on me, I'm beating you. Call Vonda's law.
Right. Right.
Situation. We see from the social distancing, we see from wearing the mask, Detroit, who was suffering greatly, is now leading the nation in the lowest number of deaths of COVID. You can't beat the mask. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, well, it's intrusive, but to spare lives, and it's been proven to, I mean, look how a couple weeks ago we were in bad shape. Now people say, well, it's the warm weather. That's crazy. The one thing I've learned is that people just don't care. Listen, if it's invading their space or their time, that's when they want to get all, but look at all of the people who are traditional. And I'm going to say, I was one. When the COVID first started, I'm going to be honest. I thought my faith was weak because I had concerns about going to church. I didn't believe I was a believer. But after a while and listening and seeing the devastation, I realized we have a responsibility if we are going to be our brother's keeper. I got a responsibility to keep my germs to myself, and you got a responsibility to keep your germs. And that does not show a lack of faith. It shows a sense of responsibility.
That's all.
But did you feel that way when it first started? Like
when I first started, I didn't. I guess I didn't take it really seriously. So I don't. Yeah, I didn't take it seriously at all. Not that I didn't take it seriously. I knew it was a virus, and I didn't take it serious, but I just didn't think it was that close to home like that. I just didn't think about it. Honestly, didn't think about it.
I don't believe there's anyone who COVID has not touched their family. Absolutely. Everyone knows someone that's been devastated by the COVID.
Right.
Ain't no joke.
Right.
And we want to think that many of these people, though I would never say would be alive, because when it's time you go, you got to go.
It's your time to go.
Exactly. It's your time to go. But this is irresponsible. What if it's not your time to go? Because I want to worship and you want to worship, and I infect you, I can bring devastation to your house. Okay, it felt surreal initially. That's what Larry Wilson said. So this is another viewer that was affected about it. You know what I'm saying? This is like, I may not come out of this. And I wasn't affected directly, having had a sentence, knock on wood. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. But I can imagine from what you described, the pain,
right,
uncertainty of it all. Is this it? And you are a man of extreme faith. What about people say, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna make this out.
Right. Like, cause you're secluded. You're by yourself. You're in a room by yourself, and it's just you trying to survive and trying to make
alone.
And they're practicing. These doctors are practicing. They don't know what's gonna cure you. They don't know. They're just trying to figure it out. They're just giving you everything that they know to give you.
And what I heard, and tell me, is this true? It's like you're just in isolation.
You are definitely in isolation. You're definitely in isolation. And then if I wasn't like strong mentally, the fact that the doctors will come in with fully garbed and masked with PPEs and face masks, it could mess with you psychologically, being in that state. And then there were a couple of doctors. I'm like, I'm in my room, so my mask is off. So if you want to come here, you put your mask on. There was a couple of doctors that were coming like, put your mask on. I'm like, I'm in the room.
But you know what's amazing is really what's going to happen when we really open back up. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, there's a great reluctance on my part that when the courts open back up, the mass number of people from all walks of life, okay, who may not be able to have no mask on in the courts.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, and then I guess you're responsible for having your own mask and bringing it in. But even will the courts be responsible with providing masks? Because I think sometimes the stores, like when I went into Costco, they were providing people with masks that did not have a mask. So, I mean, I think there's a level of responsibility that we all can have for each other. And if just like I think the situation like that in Family Dollar may not would have happened if they had provided a mask to the child. Maybe that could have de-escalated the situation, possibly.
Family Dollar ain't giving nothing away free, baby.
I know they not.
Not Family Dollar. Not.
I mean, but if in the greater picture of it, I mean, I feel like that's like a social responsibility on all of us that we should take part in, caring for one another. But some people aren't about thinking about other people but themselves.
Well, look, let's talking about the jail. What about this COVID? I'm gonna say this to you, honestly speaking. I'm gonna tell you, honestly, and I'm not a conspirator, but I'm gonna say this. I believe that the powers that be, Donald Trump hooked up with William Barr. They let some people out, like we know that one of the black family mafia, Terry Flannery was getting out, and we had Ray Nagy getting out. But baby, it was to get out all of those people were with Trump. Now wait a minute, Michael Flynn, who on 2 occasions, not one but 2, under oath, admitted he lied about Russia. The DOJ is now dropping the charges. Can you believe that? Michael Cohen is already out. I'm going to say Roger Stone is next. They're going to cite 12 problems. And he's Roger Stone gonna get out. What do you think?
I mean, based on how it's looking now, I'm sure he will.
There's not a doubt in my mind that Roger Stone is not going to get out. Okay. All of his little cronies, everybody that was connected with that Russian probe, Roger Stone about to get out. Look at him. Okay. He don't give a damn. Okay. Look at him. Roger Stone will be released before this. And let me say and every day he's asking about him. Okay.
It's the white man's world.
Everyone. But when I heard, here's a man, I couldn't believe it. But when Michael Cohen only did 4 months. He went in November. This is amazing. Okay. But that the DOJ, I couldn't believe it. But
well, it hasn't been official yet. The court hasn't made the decision yet. They just made the motion for it. That's what I thought. Am I wrong?
If the prosecutor says there's reason that we don't want to go forward, it's insufficient evidence. We can't go forward. The judge cannot deny the prosecution because they're overstepping. You have the prosecutor's job is to bring the charges. And so therefore, if the prosecution on their motion and the defense is going to be like, okay.
Right.
There's nothing that the judge can do.
Okay.
Okay. If they decide, and it's amazing that it's the people's motion.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I was like, what? So we're letting Terry Flannery go. We let a couple of them go. Okay, we let them little people go. And then let me tell you something. It's a Jedi mind trick. Well, they let him go. That's okay that we're gonna slip out Roger Stone. That's okay that we're gonna get all of these people. Okay. This is unbelievable. I'm telling you, Roger Stone will be home next. And you know what they're gonna do? They're going and listen, they ain't even let Bill Cosby go. Now that man got to be 100 years old. Okay. You know he was got breathe and all of that, whatever. You know he trying to get out.
You know it.
But you gonna let Michael Cohen go? Dismiss the charges? Baby.
You know what that's about.
Just us and just us. That's just us. That ain't nothing we're doing no justice.
So Donald Trump is trying to block the DOJ from releasing what's those documents there? They trying to block them from releasing for I lost my train of thought. But it's tied to this investment. It's tied to all of this. It's tied to all of it.
Let me tell you something. Once Mueller was gone, will they ever let Tommy out? Allegedly, you have to do 50% of your sentence. He went in 2013, 28 years. He has to at least do 12. And he doesn't have enough time, so it doesn't seem that they would come. That would be under the CARES Act. And for people who have loved ones, let me tell you what the CARES Act says. It says that if you're in the federal penitentiary and you have done at least half of your sentence or have less than 18 months left to go, and you have some type of health issue, you then can be eligible for release under the COVID situation. So what's wrong with Michael Cohen? There's nothing wrong with him.
Nothing at all.
So anyway, those are the criterion in which they have to use. So what they'll do is say if that person hasn't done almost 50% of their sentence, then they're ineligible. And so as a result, that's what I mean. I don't think that Ray Navy had too much time left to go, but they were able to do that. But so for those people who say, they're calling my office and say, well, what is it? It's both of those components, unless they want you out and you got the hookup. But if you just are a person just seeking review to get out, normally it is a health issue with at least you doing 50% of your sentence before you're being considered. But see, like I said, to let out some people and let out the little black people, and then they go and they get two people out. That's a mess. But what about this? One of the world's best restaurants might not reopen for business in New York. And what they were saying that it was going to take millions to reopen it. It's going to be a lot of businesses
like that. Yeah, I heard Lord & Taylor is looking to file bankruptcy as well.
But filing bankruptcy is only protection to not pay your creditors because they normally go in there 13. But damn, put something on sale. Neiman Marcus the same way. I'm looking for some discount. Ain't nothing. I'm like, well, damn, if you gonna be going out of business, why don't you put something on sale?
Because they're gonna sell that to another department store.
And baby, I ain't talking about free shipping. Okay, I don't want no free shipping. Put it on sale. So that just lets me know. And then those businesses got a big break with the government money trying to help these companies. But like I said, like a roof, I don't care. Let me tell you something. Okay. And I love fine dining. I love fine dining. But let me tell you something. You ain't gonna catch me in no restaurant for at least 6 months. I don't give a damn.
You're not going to any restaurants for the rest of the year.
Baby, let me tell you something. I will be eating in here. Okay, I'm not.
You don't do any takeout, nothing like that at all.
Listen, my daughter went through the little Coney Island the other day. Okay. Her salad was $10. I said, give that girl $10. Okay, it was $20. I said, give her $20 tip. I said, listen, she ain't no man. I said, baby, let me tell you something. I'm not messing around on here. Okay, first of all, let me say this: after I went through that bout and stopped eating like I mean, because I was like, girl, okay.
You got nervous.
At 161, okay? And next, you know what I felt like? I felt like I was gonna be a Willy Wonka. I was gonna just be one of them big old things and I was gonna explode. So now that I'm not eating again and I got my control, okay, with my teas now, and my NutriBur, now that I got control, I know that coupled with me so afraid I ain't gonna find out. So what happens to all of the big time restaurants that, you know, a dinner was $200, $100? You know, look at Ruth Chris. They got a lot of money, but do you think people will go back? You going back?
Well, I will. I mean, I just feel like if it's my time, it's my time. No. If it's my time, it's my time.
So you
But
going back to the restaurant?
I probably will go to a restaurant, but I haven't been to a restaurant. I think the last time I got anything from takeout or something like that was a pizza, but that was when I was sick. I've been cooking ever since because I'm just too nervous. I'm nervous maybe the cook will be sick with coronavirus or asymptomatic, and I don't know. I'm just too nervous myself.
But, and the waiters.
Yeah.
So I think that those bigger restaurants, they're gonna be really challenged.
For sure.
I just psychologically I can't go back. You know, I mean, no. Okay, now I'm living dangerously, going to the grocery store, and that's a mask and gloves on too. But as far as being around waiters and people, the life that we once lived is becoming so foreign to me. It's like we'll never go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm too afraid. And what happens is that how will they make their money?
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I don't think everyone is going to be scared because people are still eating out. I know people who still do take out. They do take out.
When that is open, they going to.
There's a lot of restaurants that's still open.
But baby, when that strip club open,
baby. I heard that there was like a drive-in strip. I don't know where it was, but it was a drive-in, and I don't know. It's called Lucky's. They do like a drive-in. I think it was like a dance club where they do. I don't think they go nude, but they had like a DJ, and you drive through, and there's a private show. You know.
What?
Yes. I saw it on the news. But it's called Lucky's.
Did you get a picture of that? Because I can't even imagine.
I'll get it.
How do you charge for per car? Like to drive in?
Yeah.
And one person going in and all of these guys pop up and women pop up. It'd be 15 people.
Yeah, just like that.
And they didn't charge them $5. So how do the girls make tips?
I don't know if they make tips or not, but they just charge. I guess they just charging the driver that comes in. But I'll have the story for next time.
Listen, I just want to see how. Listen, let me tell you something. When them strip clubs open back up, people gonna throw the caution out the window. Okay, it's gonna go out the window. Okay. Don't you agree?
I agree. They ready for it.
And listen, and them girls gonna be too. They gonna start off like this, and then they gonna throw them around like that, and they gonna go, baby. Okay. Listen, hey, that stimulus money been gone. Okay. Okay. I need some tips. Okay.
They praying
for that bankroll.
They praying that second stimulus come through. That's what they praying for.
The second stimulus.
Yeah, there's talks about a second stimulus package.
And to my viewers, please don't call my law firm talking about you only got a part of your stimulus money. That's between you, Donald Trump, and God. That don't got nothing to do with me. Because if you're trying to cry about not your stimulus money, you can't afford me. So I don't want to hear it. Don't call me talking about you only got $500 or $600 from your stomach. That don't got nothing to do with me. That's what you and I do. Okay, now ain't nothing to do with me and Vonda's law. Because I don't want to hear it, okay? But yeah, that's what, so they're thinking about a new stimulus. And let me just say this to you, Jason, what is also challenging. Now that people are getting unemployment, they were getting unemployment, their jobs are opening back up. And now they're faced with the fact of, do I go back? Because if they don't go back, then the employer will alert the unemployment.
Let them know that they refuse to accept the job.
Exactly. And then they're going to have to, let me say this to you. It's amazing. Do you know anyone who has been successful to get any unemployment? I don't know anybody.
Not here.
Actually got a check.
Well, a couple of people, I know a couple of people that's gotten some checks. But most of the people that I know,
the $600 a week,
they still haven't gotten their checks yet.
The $600 a week.
Oh, they gotten that, yes.
I'm talking about the $600 a week.
Yes.
Because it's scheduled to end in August.
Yeah, they've gotten it. The one that
it's scheduled to end in August. So what it makes me seem like is that very few people are going to get it, because if you're required to go back and you refuse to go back, that can be ground for termination.
Yeah, you lose your benefit.
Okay. And then they're going to tell us something, well, what should I reapply? No, stop being sick, put your little mask on, and we got to do what the essential workers has been doing. We've got to mask up. But listen, ain't there going to be something about them courts? I guess they're going to have the little shields around them.
Well, they have it in the clerk's office. The shield in the clerk's office. But I don't know you can't do that with no jury. And how you going to do social distancing with a jury? The courtroom you don't have room enough for them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do want to talk about a story before we end it.
What?
Right. I want to talk about a story about the young man that was murdered in Georgia. Arbery. So he was out for a run. Running in the neighborhood. He's 25, was shot and killed on February 23rd, by Gregory McMichael, a former police officer, and his adult son, Travis McMichael. They were captured on video by Travis's neighbor, William Bryan. The three, Arbery was running the neighborhood and allegedly stopped at a house that was under construction and peeped through the window. And then he continued his run. So both McMichaels went after him and tried to perform a citizen's arrest to track him down, because I think they alleged that there were some car break-ins in the neighborhood. So they figured that he was the guy he's running. So they trying to catch him. So they catch up to him. They get in their truck. They try to catch him on foot, but he was moving too fast. So they get in the truck with multiple guns, and in a hot pursuit to catch him. They caught him. The son got into a physical fight with him, and the father shoots in the air a couple of times, but that didn't stop Arbery from not fighting the son. So he ends up shooting Arbery till his death. So it was months went by before they were even arrested, and I just got some alerts tonight that they were actually arrested and charged with murder and aggravated assault.
It's going to be interesting to play out, because obviously they didn't want to charge him.
Right.
And here's the thing: you have what's called fleeing felon. And if they believe that he was a felon, or that you have the right to hot pursuit, okay, then what he's going to allege is that he felt that his son was going to be killed by him. And as a result, you have the right to use deadly force to protect a third person. Mm-hmm. How it looks to you and what's going on at that time. So what could be alleged is that he was, by this time these stories gonna be dissimilar.
Right.
That he believed that Arbery was going to kill his son, and that the only way that he did a warning shot, and that didn't stop him, and as a result, he shot him in order for him to not kill his son. Okay. Now, as far-fetched as that sounds, when you're in a community that wants to believe something, you, at least from a defense point of view, there's more to work with than Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm.
From policy, from potential defenses. Georgia, I know they had an open carry. Here's a man who was licensed, who was a former police officer, who believed that they were just trying to survey the neighborhood, that there were these break-ins, that they believed that he was a fleeing felon. Okay, and that they were only pursuing him in order to effectuate a citizen's arrest. He then became assaulted. They fired a warning shot. He didn't stop fighting the child. And he believed that his son was in danger of being killed. And the self-defense says it's a defensive belief. But you have to have an honest and reasonable belief that that person is in danger of being seriously killed. Seriously injured or killed. How it's going to come out is that that's what they believe.
Wow.
And even if it turns out later that you were wrong about how much danger it was it reasonable? Did he have an honest and reasonable belief at that point that this young man, then that comes in when you look at the relative sizes of each other. But the problem with it is that it's a black-white issue. It's very difficult in this United States for a police officer to be found guilty of anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that as sad as this case is, which is extremely sad, that from a legal standpoint, there are potential defenses that can be raised to help minimize or even exonerate the client. So that's going to be an interesting case to watch, especially in this political climate.
Right.
And the fact of the matter, with an ex-police officer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, and that's gonna be, really, I you know what? A good attorney, I could see them being acquitted.
I can see it too.
But the thing about it is that, we've gotten away from this idea that, Black people, we have the same rights. We absolutely do, but we are not looked at as the same.
Right.
And there's certain behavior that a Black woman or Black man cannot engage in without at the risk of being killed or seriously injured. That's just the reality. And I guess it's kind of like, people with these masks. And you know what I tell people all the time? Disneyland is a wonderful place to visit, but a terrible place to live. Baby, you better come back to reality and understand, okay? All right? That this country, unfortunately, we don't have the same rights as white people or as people with privilege.
Right.
And we see that playing out. But listen, thank you. It's so good. What we're going to do when you go back to work?
What you mean?
Listen, you're going to be too tired when you come back here. You're going to be out.
No, I'm not.
You're going to be still ready. But listen, before we leave, I want to be able to say thank you to all of the viewers.
Thank you.
Our viewership is going up. I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
Wonderful. At first it was just something that, we thought would be, cute. We didn't think that we were going to get the response that we've gotten. And let me say this to you. We have gotten a tremendous response, in part because we're bringing current issues and we're vetting them. We're bringing them to the forefront. We're interactive. We're letting the studio or the people that are watching us, they're become a part of this, and it's a dialogue.
Right, and I'm learning things every day. I'm learning things every day with you, as I've learned for the past how many years I've known you now? 5 years or more. So I learned things and I ask the questions that people want to know.
Exactly. And a lot of times we're just in the dark. And what I love about you is that you're so learned and you bring a different perspective. You're very philosophical. You're very knowledgeable. You know history. You know everything. I absolutely love it. I think it's the right dynamic. And, we're looking for it to get picked up on a major. So if anybody's out there, I'm about to get snatched.
Right.
The red table like Jada. So anyway, I enjoy doing it, and I look forward to doing it more. And to everybody, thank you so very much for watching it. It seems like right when we start doing it, time flies. We've been talking for an hour and 16 minutes. It was like, wow.
I'm going to let you go over, but I wanted to tackle that story. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm gonna tell you, who's gonna come to that defense are the gun rights people. They're going to pay for that defense.
That exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
They're going to pay for that defense. Okay. Yeah. And so they're going to get top lawyers. That guy's going to get a team of them, because what they're doing is it's gun rights, but it's also the protection of the community, and it's militia type stuff. Let me tell you something, that they will be well funded. They will have they're going to have a legal team.
I'm gonna start a campaign. Blacks with AR-15s.
Black what?
Blacks with AR-15s.
What's AR-15?
It's a semi-automatic weapon. I think it's AK. What is it? AR-15? Yeah.
The AR-15.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do that for?
Because they can, if they want to have guns, we're gonna have guns too.
But what we have to start to, and we've seen this for so long. Black people in situations, just living their life. You cannot be so relaxed. That's why we're reactive. We're not proactive.
Right.
Proactive means that we've got to get out here and change the perception. And how you do that, you got to change who you elect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to stop putting people in positions who don't have the same philosophy that you do about life and don't look at it as the same. And as Thurgood Marshall would say, hey, what's the difference between a black snake and a white snake? They both bite. Forget all of that color. Let's look at the philosophy. And if it's pro or if it's anti-me, then they ain't going to get my vote. But in time and time again, what happens? We don't vote the back of the ballot. And we don't vote to get judges in. We looking at names, she pretty, he cool, he got a man, she this. We're not looking at what decisions that they're making. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And to be honest, I didn't realize the power of the court and everything that the court does until I start working for you. I really did not know the vastness of the court and the powers that they have. So it's judges are important, and electing the judges, the right judge, is very, very important.
It's critical to the way of life, how we see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But look, I salute all y'all judges out there. Keep doing your thing. I'm over. I'm OT. I'm OT. I'm OT. That's over with. Okay. Okay, that's OT. But I
Right.
say, I never thought what I did was so big until I now see people doing that. And I really pray for our elected officials.
Right.
Look at the governor. I mean, she is, oh my God, up against some very tough people, lawsuits, etc. I feel I love it, but I have a certain level of empathy for him. I feel sorry for. I would not want to be an elected official today. I just would not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because let me say this to you. I would be a journey every trial. You ain't got no mask on. Look, okay, I'm sorry. You cannot come out. No, I'm sorry. If I had to buy the mask myself, it was an ID issue. Pull that mask out of your face so we can see you. Hold your breath. Put it back up. Okay. Okay. I probably listen. Okay. Listen, they'd be citing me for not giving no fair trial. You got a mask in my courtroom.
The Lord knew.
Okay.
Not to be a judge during this pandemic.
So you coughing, get him out of there right now. Okay. I had me one of them big old screens up. Okay. Honey, let me tell you something. I will not be bothered. We miss you on the bench. Honey, let me tell you something. Watch some of them YouTube videos. Okay. Watch some of them YouTube videos. Baby, because it ain't happening. Okay. Okay. Watch some of them YouTube videos. It's a whole bunch of them on there. So listen, okay, you're going to get it. But listen, I mean, when you go back, when the judges go back, that's a lot. When you're doing a jury trial, how are you going to interface with the community? You don't know where they're from. You have participants in the courtroom who want to be there with their loved one. You can't close the court. This is... So, baby, while I'm laying up on the phone with my little thing, talking about, I'm praying for y'all. Y'all got my one.
Right. Take him out. Take him out.
Okay. Take him out. Take him out right now. I just did that, okay, to make y'all know. Okay. I ain't gonna do the other stuff. That was the right version. I ain't gonna call that man was cussing me out.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you, what is that show, Michael Abrams? Dan Abrams. Dan Abrams. Yeah, we did an interview and it's supposed to be airing on his show sometime soon. I'll let you know when it is. They wanted to know about me. Why did you? I said, look, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me. No, wait a minute. I gotta listen. Jason was new at that point. Ooh, that man started cussing at me and calling me the B word. I jumped up off the bench. What'd I do, Jason?
She came back into my office and was like, huh? Well, first of all, you was like, take him out. You screamed, take him out. Then you came back into my office and was like, wait a minute. Did he just say F me? What? Then she went back out and said, bring him back. Bring him back.
Baby, let me tell you something.
In my courtroom, F me.
Jason, he didn't know what to do. He was like, "What? I just don't." Okay, listen. Okay, I said, "Bring him back." Okay, listen. You listen. You gonna listen to me today? Okay, huh?
Right.
Now, I'm gonna let that influence my decision, but I'm gonna let you know. Oh, that is not acceptable. Okay. They got 1 million views. Let me tell you something. He says, well, did you? I said, look, let me tell you something. He wasn't going to disrespect me in my courtroom. Okay. All right. You, Now you go talk to anybody else that way, but you are not going to talk to me. And I'm trying to be respectful to you. And you going to sit up here and flat out call me up. You must be. Jason was tripping. He was like, he just didn't know what to do. And boy, I was spinning around and I was like, let me go handle that. Okay. And you know, it was something because so many of my colleagues were like, "Well, that's fine. Then you could have."
But a lot of people thought that you were doing it for the cameras. But the real honest answer is that you did that. You were just as passionate about the cases when the cameras were there and when they were not there. So,
yeah. But let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me just any kind of way in that courtroom. No, you're not gonna be disrespectful. Right. And when you straight up disrespect me, he gonna say, "Well," I said, "Look, it ain't like I just came out there saying F that man. It was only after the man said to me,
you just repeated what he said to you. That's all."
Okay. Well, I don't play that game. Not today, not any day. Okay. And wherever, listen, look, now I'm talking stuff now. Okay. Look.
Right.
I love retirement check. Hey, Jason, I was running around there when I got that JTC.
She got that complaint.
Huh? I'm trying to get the copy of the transcript. Oh, what's the thing?
She writing her response like it's a law brief. I'm like, questions, honey.
But what it is that there is such low respect for women judges or women in positions of authority that sometimes you have to go there with someone. You have to go to the level where they are. That's called communication. And I was going to communicate right back where he was. Okay. All right. Well, that wasn't professional. Let me tell you something. Time out for that. I handle my business. Okay. Well, you could have used another word. No, I'm going to use a word he understood. Okay. All right. Baby, that was something else. Let me tell you something. Listen, what was so amazing was Jason was like,
I just didn't know what to do. I'm like,
what Jason like? Let me tell you something. After working with you, Jason can go work for Donald Trump. Okay, listen, let me tell you something. Jason go work for Donald Trump. Okay, listen, that was trial by fire, wasn't it? Listen, okay. We had a lot of fun. And I'm so glad that you're still there with the experiences that we did share to be able to help your new judge be able to be acclimated, you know, the things, the mistakes I make, the things that they'll learn from. I had to make sure that candle back there was okay. I was like, now wait a minute, is there some fire I see behind me? Oh, hell no, I'm up here talking, it's a fire now. Okay. I gotta go now, y'all. It's fire now. But listen, it got away from us. Thank you so much. And we'll be back next week, or we'll be back this week. Let's come to do it. I got to get as many shows as I can before Jason gets back to work.
I'm back at work now. I'm working remote, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, working remote a couple of days and then go in a couple of days, you know.
And that's what I was trying to tell them to implement when I was being late. Let's do this remote. Now they trying to do this remote, and it's all because of me being trying to do things remote. Okay, I'm just saying, we could have been do that. I can't have me a little laptop. I could have been down. Shut up, be quiet, sit down, take the stand. Come on, let's go, roll it.
You still would have been like this.
Okay, listen. Okay, I could have been zooming. But listen, thank you so much, and I didn't know you were back to work. But look, we got to do it later on this week.
All right.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.